What's up, guys? How you guys doing? So today I'm going to be showing you how to make use of Adobe After Effects for this is especially for beginners. This is not like the advanced stuff. Sorry, the advanced stuff where I show tutorials and all of that. And yeah, if you're not following my main TikTok page, it's up there in my bio. So I'm going to be showing you how to use After Effects, but first I will do justice to where you can download After Effects for your PC. So this is the website. This is the website where you can download After Effects. You just go in here and type in After Effects. Sorry, After Effects, and that's it. So first off, let me say sorry. Okay, so first off, you open up your Adobe After Effects. This is the interface you get when you first open it up, and this is where you set up your composition, how you want your canvas. For for a basic understanding, it's also called canvas. So in Adobe Effects, it's called composition. So this is where you set your composition for the standard laptop screen, desktop screens, and all of that. Standard screen size is 1920 by 1080. So the FPS, you could go with 25 FPS, 29.97 FPS, and so on and so forth. So here is still where you can actually go adjust your FPS precisely. So we have 29, 30, 60, 120. So the higher your FPS, the more smoother your graphic is going to look, the more smoother your edit is going to look. So another trick you can go home with is for those documentary style of edit, the vox, the choppy old style kind of documentary collage edit precisely, they make use of 12, 15 FPS. So you get the point. So this is your duration, how much duration you want for your edit. You can adjust it here as well. And here is for the advanced. Like I said, I don't want to go too advanced with this. This is your 3D renderer. It's supposed to be on classic. The classic 3D is the default Adobe After Effects 3D machine. You get me? So that's basically all you need. 1920, 1080. And if you want to change your orientation to a screen size, like a mobile device size, you need to flip this 1080 up, 1920 down. So we're going to work with the landscape mode. That's 1920 1080. So you click OK. So first off, this tab here is your tool tab. The tab you see right here is your tool tab, where you have different tabs and what they do. Okay, so here's your selection tab. Let's type in something. First off, we're going to create a solid. We create a solid. Let's say BG. It's going to be a white background. And then you could go ahead to lock it so it doesn't move while you're doing stuffs. So what we're gonna do is let's create a test. If you want to create a test, you go here. Okay, let's start with the selection tool. So your selection tool is basically it's just like your hand, what you use in moving object on the screen. I mean, if there are objects on the screen, then your selection tool will do most of the moving and all of that. So let's import something. Let's import something. What are we gonna work with? Okay, let's work with this. Okay, I just imported a car PNG, a transparent file. So here is a file. As you can see, without your selection tool, you click and drag, you can't move. Without your selection tool, you can't move items on your canvas. So while my tool is selected, if you click and drag, I can move this around. Okay, so we're going to scale this down. So if you want to scale down, you go to this tab here, transform, scale. Here is scale. We have anchor point, we have position. Position is literally, okay, your anchor point, first of all, is where you want your object to take its transformation reference from. So for your position, for your anchor point adjustment, let's say I click this, the anchor point, I click here and bring this down. If I'm moving this stuff, it's gonna move the reference point of this anchor point right here. It's gonna move this reference point. So yeah, that's basically what it is. So we're gonna bring that back to default. So this is your position, where you move left or right with your x-axis, and you move up and down with your y-axis. So this is your scale property, where you scale your object, big, small, and all of that. Let's align this. So, and here's your rotation, where you rotate your objects. Okay, and over here is your opacity, how opaque, how transparent you want your object to be. You can make it fully opaque, or make it disappear totally. That's basically what it is. And then the next tool here is your hand tool. This hand tool is basically used to move your canvas. Okay, it doesn't move the object, it moves the canvas itself. I think that's basically what the hand tool is for. I mean, for you guys that know how to make use of Photoshop, you know this tool properly. I mean, Adobe tools are similar to every other Adobe softwares out there, hand tool, zoom tool, and all of that. But yeah, we're here to show you how to make use of After Effects. And over here is your zoom tool, your zoom tool, how you want your object to be zoomed. Let's say I want to zoom on the tires, it goes in real quick. And if I want to zoom out, I just hold Alt key and then click and drag, and click, not click and just click, it's gonna zoom out. So yeah, what else? I think let's fit this in properly. So the next tool here is for your 3D objects. It's for your 3D object when you're working on 3D environment. These are the tools needed. Let's say I click on this 3D icon, the 3D object becomes active. If I click on it, it goes off. So here is your rotation tool for rotating your object. Click and you move your mouse for rotating your object. And here's your anchor point tool, and here is your rectangle tool for shape, and it can as well be used as a masking tool. And your masking becomes active when you click on your object, and then you see the mask is on, but you won't see it visible because of our white background. But if I want to make it disappear, just click on invert, it disappears. Okay, let's make this black. Let's make our composition black. Sorry, layer setting, solid setting. Let's make it black. Yes. So if my object is selected and I click on the rectangle tool, this simply creates a mask for me. Sorry, the mask is already selected. Let's do that again. This is black. So if my car object is selected and I click on the mask, and I click on this rectangle tool, which will serve as a mask for us, This is simply what it does. You get me? And if I add an extra mask to it, it reviews just like that. You get me? So yeah, that's simply what it does. And then the next one is your pen tool, which we serve as a pen tool traditionally, but when an object is clicked, is selected, it serves as a masking tool, same as the rectangle tool previously. So the next tool here is the text tool, simply used to type in text. It's simply used to type in text. Lamborghini. I wish to have one someday. Sorry. Lamborghini. Oh god. So this is what it is. To type in text. And then your brush tool. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't used brush tool ever since I started using After Effects, but I think your brush tool, I don't know how it's used, but I'm gonna figure it out someday. I haven't just gone down this road before, so we're gonna skip that. Likewise, your clone stamp tool, I haven't used it, and I know 90% of creators out there that uses Adobe After Effects haven't used this. Next is your eraser tool. I don't think I've used it before as well, so we're gonna skip those ones. And this is your roto brush, which is used for cropping out. It's used for cropping out the. Let's log this. Your roto brush is used for cropping out objects on videos. Yeah, just like masking out object on videos where you can do the VFX and all of that. So that's more advanced tool. And your puppet tool is used for creating puppets. Let's say we want to make this for creating puppets. So that's basically what it is. Let's undo those things. So that's for creating puppets. So we're done with the tool tab. Here is where this area here is where your files are kept, the files you've imported, your files, your compositions. This is where you find them, and then here is where all the files are on your sequence, on your canvas. This is where they are uploaded, and you can mess around and play around with their properties. This is where you apply your keyframes and all of that. Let's say we want to make this Lamborghini have motion. Let's say we want to put it on motion. So just hold up. It's gonna be very easy. So don't fret. It's gonna be very, very easy. So first off, let's bring let's bring this down here. Remember, scaling down is in your transform properties, but the shortcut for scale is X. You click on X, the scale property comes up quickly. X, it comes up. So we're going to scale this down, and then the Lamborghini is still going to be in the same size that it was from the beginning. So what we're going to do is, this is called parenting. This tool here that looks like a whip, this is called parenting. When you click and drag this, you parent it to an object. So what this does is, it parents the tool that you use. It parents the child. If I'm okay, let's say I'm parenting this to this. If I parent this test to this Lamborghini, whatever transformation I make on this Lamborghini will be affected. Will actually, whatever effects or transformation I make on this Lamborghini, on this Lamborghini car, the car itself, the test is going to follow. So that's what the pick whip does. So we're going to parent it to the car, and you click P, letter P on your keyboard for position. So if I parent the car, I move it here, it's going to move. The Lamborghini test is going to move with the car. So we're going to do a little animation. Hold S if you want to if you want to, make your adjustment move faster, probably you're moving your X or your Y position, you want to make it go faster, you have to hold down the X key and then click and drag. So it's going faster now. So what's going to happen is, here is our timeline, and then we click on this clock icon here, and then we move forward on our timeline, and then we move this to this point. So what we've just done now is we've created an animation, and then if you notice, it's not really moving naturally. It's just linear, it's straight. So if you want to make this look natural, what we do is there's what we call graph editing. So what you do is you select the keyframes rather, and then you click on F9, or you right click, go to keyframe assistant, easy ease, and then you click on this graph here. So what we're going to do is we select the key points, the starting point and the end point. We click on the end point, and we drag it to the left. We can even make it longer, the motion to be much longer. So what this does is it gives it a natural motion. We know the tires aren't moving, which is boring. That's going to be a different tutorial, some other time, but I just want to show you how these things are done. So yeah, that's basically how to make use of After Effects. So what else, if I should really make this edit dope, I could do a whole lot of things, but that's going to transit from the basic to the advanced. I mean, most of you guys might actually get lost in the process. So we've done the rendering. Sorry, this is a render queue. We've done the motion for this. So next, what else? Over here we have different workspace. We have the default. I make use of my standard when I want to make landscape edit, like the laptop screen edit. Then I click on my mobile screen here for mobile screen edits. I know it's still on 1920 by 1080, so it's still going to have that rectangle thing. If I flip it over to the screen, it's going to fill up every area here. So we have the default, we have the review, we have the lane, we have the small screen. I mean, a whole lot of workspace that have been created by default. So that's basically what it is. So we're going to be working with the standard, which we started with. Up next, we're going to okay, here is where you zoom in your canvas, how zoomed in or out you want your canvas to be. So it's really zoomed out, 31%, 6.25%, all the way down to 100. But we always work with the feet size. So this area here is very, very important. It's very important especially when you're working on edits that requires high computer resources. I mean, your RAM, your virtual RAM, your video RAM, sorry, and all of that. So when you're working with the full, it gives you your edit just how it is. It gives you this clear, crispy edit, just depending on your composition. And when you click on the half, it cuts it down. That way your resources on your computer isn't really intense. It's not used that much. And just like that, when you keep going down, third, it becomes like, as you can see, if you notice, the quality has gone down. Yeah, the quality is down. You get me? So you just keep going down, quarter, and all of that. The quality keeps getting down and down. So we're going to be working with full, since we are not really doing an intense job here. So on the other hand, we have our fast preview. I don't really know what this shit works, sorry for the the word I used. So I don't really know what this tool here works, but this here is to toggle your transparency. Your transparency is when you don't have any solid. You remember we created a solid. When you don't have any solid in your canvas, you're just working with a black default, canvas. When you click on your transparency, it becomes transparent. You get me? But if I click on my solid, it doesn't. Your solid just works like another object on its own. You understand? So when you click on your transparency, it toggles your transparency mode on and off. And this other one is your mask. This you showing your shape and your mask parts to make it visible. You get. So let's take for example, I click on the Lamborghini. No, sorry, this is my BG. I click on the Lamborghini test. Let's invert this. So this is what the tool does. It hides your transformation, parts. The part, it hides them. So when you click and unclick, that's what it does. On the other hand, we have the region of interest. The region of interest is not really something I make use of, so I can't really put out what that tool does. I'm going to click that one before it messes something up for us. So the title save is another important tool I make use of every time. Let's delete this one. So the title tool is something I make use of every time. So what this simply does is it guides you, it gives you that guidance on when your object on the screen is off from from the right proportion. So what I'm trying to say is this: if your title save is on, for a perfect proportion, for your object to be centered, you need to place your object to this mark, this cross here. That way it's centered. You get me? So that's what the title save is all about. I make use of that every time. 90% of the time I make use of that when I want to make everything be in proportion. So on the other side is the proportional grid. It turns on your grid. We're going to turn that off. And the other grid, I mean, this has more rows and all of that. So we're going to turn that off as well. And the guide, so this is like your guide. Yeah, this is basically your guide that guides you on where stores on your screen. The stores on your screen are and the ruler is basically your ruler and still help in keeping things in proportion. So that's basically what it is. And channel exposure, these are advanced stuff for mostly video edit. You get me? So that's basically what your what those tools down there are. So let's say we've messed up our motion, but I hope you've gotten the whole message I wanted to pass down previously. So on the other hand, we have our align tool. Let's turn off this. So let's say we click on our car and we want to make our car be centered. So what you do is your align tool helps you in centering your object on the canvas. So you could click on align horizontally and align vertically. So these are like in the middle 100%. Likewise, keeping it here or keeping it there, or keeping it here or keeping it there. So that's what it does. On the other hand, the other tab, we have our preview. This is basically what you use in previewing your items, your edits on your canvas. And the info, that speaks for itself. You get me? So on the audio tab is when an audio is imported. It basically gives you the volume adjustment. It gives you that accessibility to reduce your volume to be low or high depending on how you want it. So down to the other part, we have our properties. So these are text tools, just like Adobe Photoshop. Your properties tab shows you the property of a selected object, or a selected object, be it video, text, images, and all of that. So this is what it is. The text is selected, so we can see this FS Pro, display, bold, and all of that. And then if you click on your property on your car, it gives you the position, the scale, properties, and all of that. So that's basically what it is. And then your preset, this is where you get your effects. All the effects you need on Adobe After Effects can be found here. Whatever effect you need, or let's say for example you need 60 cylinder, you just type in 60 cylinder, it comes up. So if you say you want a Gaussian blow, it's out. So that's what it's all about. And this is your library. This is for when you're connected to the Creative Cloud. And the Flow plugin is a third-party plugin I installed, basically used for graph adjustment and all of that. So, and your brush tool, I haven't used brush tool. I don't make use of brush tool, but someday I'm going to try it out and see what it does. And this is your paint. Likewise, I haven't done that. And this text exploder is also a third-party plugin which helps you in, let me show you practically. Excuse me. So let's duplicate this and parent this. So we have to test now. This, let's add this. So what it I know you guys, you need to download. This is a third party plugin. You need to download it, but it's a really great tool that saves you a whole lot of time. So let's say you want to split this text Lamborghini Urus. You want to split it, into words. That's what the text exploder, the word speaks for itself. Exploder, it's gonna explode and separate this joined text. So what it does is we're going to split it into words. We could split into line, custom words, characters, custom regular expression. So if you click this, now you see it has been split. The Urus is by itself, the Lamborghini by itself. So that's what it is. I think that's basically what Adobe After Effects have for you. The other stuff, advanced stuff, can be gotten from YouTube, watch tutorials, and always practice. So that's basically what I have for you guys. Make sure you follow my YouTube channel. I have a TikTok channel, a TikTok account as well. The video is posted here. I have the backup. This is on my backup page. Check on my bio to follow my main TikTok, and you can find the link to my YouTube channel on my bio. Thanks guys for giving me your time. Practice and go do great things with Adobe After Effects. Thank you.